Hi guys! Welcome back to Generation Imagination after our week-long break.
Yikes.
We apologize for the technical difficulties. It was really rough.
Big fat yikes.
How are we keeping that in?
That's all I have to say to anything the whole video. Small yikes.
Today we are doing some crafting.
Gracey's already started. I have a little bit. I'm eager.
We're gonna make little inspirational messages and then we're gonna tape them onto the candy that we give to kids when they come trick-or-treating. And we know we're like 2 weeks. How many weeks until Halloween? 21 days until Halloween! But anyways, we're gonna make these. We're gonna tape them to candy so that we can give little inspirational messages to kids when they come trick-or-treating.
Because that's better than candy. Said no kid.
It's the only one I've done yet. It says be proud of who you
So
are.
cute.
What's your favorite spooky movie to watch?
Spooky movie.
Or like
Love
scary
getting
movie,
spooky. Okay.
or
And Halloween Town is a given. I never, I can't really be scared by movies because I'm just such an analytical movie watcher that I can find all of the things that make it. I'd rather watch scary movies to analyze them and see how they use the elements of filmmaking to make you feel scared than actually get scared, you know?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
The only movie in the past while that has legitimately scared me, I wanted to stop watching it, is now my favorite movie of all time. It's called The One I Love, and it's not even a horror movie, it's just ooh. That was great! That's
I
the
love
whole
that
vibe. It just gives you chills.
Just ooh.
Yeah.
So I like scary movies, but I don't watch a lot of them.
Yeah.
Which is really sad. I watched a movie called The Village, which is
I hate that movie.
Genuinely,
I
one of my
hate it
favorite
with
movies.
a passion. It's dumb. It's sorry. Sorry.
genuinely one of my favorite movies.
Having kids see that you are a teenager volunteering in places. Most people have that still. They still have that stigma around teenagers where they're like, oh, teenagers don't like to do anything, and that's not true. Because I do love to volunteer. I love going back. I volunteer helping out with the speech team or swim meets all the time. So kids seeing me as a teenager volunteering and they're like, that's something that's kind of cool. You can come back later and volunteer at your old school. That's really cool. So I think that's something a one way that you can impact kids is just volunteering in their presence so that they see. Ashley's gonna interview us while we do our while we do our thing.
Yeah. So what are some organizations that you know of that children can volunteer at?
There's just the obvious immediate answer that we've already discussed somewhat, but just the National Junior Honor Society, it's more restrictive. It's not just everyone can show up, and it doesn't take place or it's not offered everywhere. That's a really good opportunity. I think
To start out.
helping out in schools, every school event always takes volunteers and needs more help.
You can literally ask a teacher that you know is running an event and be like, hey,
Yeah,
do you need
exactly.
volunteers? And they'll be like, yes, we do.
Yeah, I think it becomes a little bit more restricted in terms of public events or events run by organizations because we like to say that everywhere will take kids of any age, but sometimes it can be a little bit restrictive and they may not give you much to do or might just say you have to be a certain age if there's equipment or something that you're handling or if it's working with people. It really just kind of depends on what the job is. So I don't know specific organizations that work with kids, but I don't know, it's just kind of all about seeing what's in your community specifically and then seeing if they'll accept kids within a certain age range.
There's not necessarily organizations for kids. I mean, I'm sure there are, but I feel a good way to get kids involved is having a parent maybe go through their old toys and donating that. And maybe going to a nursing home with your kid and doing something like that. Mm-hmm. I remember when I was younger, my mom took me to donate carved pumpkins to a nursing home, and that was a really cool experience.
Yeah, I think parents being involved in their kids, donating time back to the community, that kind of thing. I think that's really important.
Yeah.
Because as a kid, I was always raised if I grew out of something, I gave it to my little cousin or I gave it to Goodwill, kind of a thing. I never just threw out clothes.
Yeah.
I still don't. But I think that's kind of important to teach your kids, hey, these aren't just because they don't fit you anymore or just because you don't like them anymore, it doesn't mean they're useless. You can do so many things with them. You can upcycle them, you can donate them, that kind of. So I think that's important for parents to introduce very early to their kids the concept of giving back and volunteering.
I also think
Like Gracey said, NJHS, National Junior Honor Society, that's a good one. That's a great place to start if you have genuinely no idea. If you're involved in like a religious group or a church, they always have stuff going
Tons of
on
things.
that you can volunteer at. Sometimes too, I know you have to apply, but you can also work at, get me like reaching across the table there. You can also work at Conneaut Prairie, which is an organization that's near us, and it's basically just period interactions. So there's like a it's the Civil War area, and you can go to like Prairie Town. It's really cool. So it's like immersive experience, and there's lots of kids there, but they take volunteers to dress up as like actors inside the program. So you can go there and volunteer, and that's pretty cool. You can also do like the Humane Society or a nursing home near you, any of that.
Just by, as a parent or as a sibling, just doing those actions in front of your kids
Yeah.
is great. So like if you're if you're walking down the street with your child, maybe instead of throwing out like your old french fries, like giving it to a homeless person,
Yeah.
like that kind of thing, and just like not necessarily telling them like these, obviously do that too, but like showing it in your actions as well.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Not that exact thing, but you made me remember. Like my dad, he's always been very adamant about like no matter what resources you have or where you are in life, you should always be helping the people that are below you in any way, or even the people that are above you. Just like helping everyone. So when I was little, he would do all sorts of stuff, and like even recently we went on like a little 3-day like staycation where we just stayed downtown in Indiana and like did all sorts of fun stuff. He made sure that like when we were there, we had made all sorts of like homeless packs with all these materials and things. So like when we were out on our day, just in Indianapolis, like doing normal things and looking through shops, anytime we saw someone that we knew was homeless, we would like give them a pack or two and just like tell them to have a nice day. So I completely agree. I think it's so important to like incorporate that into just everyday things and just like casually do nice things for other people, not only when it's expected or when it'll
and just like
it.
spontaneously too.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like, and not necessarily like you can't do community service every day, but you can be like a kind person every day. You know?
Yeah.
So that's another thing to like a general rule of thumb to live by.
Yeah.
So I had a teacher, and she had, I think it was her niece, and when she gave a present to her niece, she was like, I'm going to give you this present, but in return you have to donate one of your old toys that you don't play with as much.
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it's important to just do service around kids so that they know that this is like something that they should also be doing.
And kind of like showing them selflessness too, and not being like, oh,
Completely
this looks terrible.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I wasn't talking about.
Oh, I was like, what?
Terrible. Talking about my thing. We in Generation Imagination talk about how the older generation doubts teenagers. I think we also doubt kids as teens.
Yeah.
And
I
like,
think that's true.
And we doubt the older generation is.
That's true too.
Yeah.
like I was watching like the Mr. Rogers documentary. Literally cried. But he was talking about how he never felt that he had to put on like a funny suit or a funny costume to talk to kids. He could just talk to kids. Our next question is, what are some ideas for serving the community that are Halloween related? Let's go.
You could donate candy.
Yeah.
If there's a children's shelter in your community, you could go donate candy to it.
Yeah.
Only
Or
thing,
they do that for veterans too.
Yeah.
make sure there's no nuts.
Oh yeah, don't
Children.
And
do
poison.
that. Don't do it.
No poison
Or razor blades and apples.
Yeah.
Or needles and strawberries. What the heck, Australia?
Did that happen?
Yeah. In Australia, they kept finding needles and strawberries. What the heck?
That's related to Halloween.
Yes. What is
Yes.
it?
Tell us what it is.
A bake sale with Halloween related treats.
Oh, love that.
Love
so you
that.
could do like little spider, like you could make little cookies and cut little spiders out of them.
Yeah.
That would be cute.
You could.
That would be fun.
What if you decorated homes
Crazy thing?
for like the elderly?
Decorated homes?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Halloween decorations
that
for
would
the
be cool.
elderly, and like they can't decorate themselves, so you like decorate it for them.
Yeah, if you went to like a nursing home and decorated, that would be cool. Put up the Halloween
Yeah.
decorations.
I
There's
have to
definitely
do that.
Donate
You do-
carved pumpkins.
Yeah, you definitely like. There are definitely nursing homes like at the beginning of October or even like mid-September. If you go in and you're like, "Hey, do you need help putting up Halloween decorations?"
Yeah.
They probably won't tell you no. They probably won't. I don't know like specific rules, but that would be fun.
It would be fun.
I'm just gonna draw. Oh.
Well,
Oh.
oh no.
Did you guys, when you were little, have anyone in particular or any particular event that made you interested in like service or want to do things like that?
Ooh. That's a good one.
I remember. This wasn't like a community service thing, but it was like an experiment, like social experiment thing, where we were doing this thing where you had to eat like certain things to experience what it would be like to live in Haiti.
Ooh.
So like we only ate beans and like rice for a week, and then for 1 week we only ate like a certain amount. Like you could only pay this much for each meal, that kind of thing, and that was really cool.
Yeah.
That's
So-
interesting. I think mine was probably the National Junior Honor
Yeah,
Society.
no, me
And
too.
seeing, like, I was involved in the speech team at my junior high, so seeing, like, the older high schoolers that would come back and volunteer, that kind of inspired. Like, I think mostly it was being exposed to the service aspect of my school
Yeah.
No,
that got
too.
me involved.
I agree. I feel like that got me a lot more than the social experiment.
The social experiment was unique, so
But yeah, good idea.
good idea, Ashley.
And
Speaks to herself in the editing room.
Ashley, have a good day.
So that was our little video.
Wait, I was definitely just like dramatically flipping my hair through that.
That was our little video. We hope you had fun. Hopefully
fun.
you make some of these too. They're a lot of fun to make. You can just
They
you can
are.
just do whatever.
Look.
Attach them to your little look.
We love cards.
Wow. You can just attach them to
pumpkins.
the if you're passing out candy, you just tape them on to the wrapper of the candy or stick them in the bowl that you have them passed out to, and that way, you know, little kids pick them up.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
The question for today, because we briefly discussed it and it's really interesting to me. If you are interested in service, like whether you do it consistently or not, is there a specific like event or organization or person or anyone that influenced you to want to get involved with that? Whether it's a parent or like a club at school, we'd really like to know. So please put that in the comments.
Yep. That's all we've got for today. If you make some of these cards, tweet at us. We have a Twitter.
We do.
Shocking. So tweet at us or put it in the comments. Like, if you made any of these, stick them to your candy. Take some
DM us.
pictures. DM us on Instagram. Whatever you want to do. I don't really care. But let us know if you made some of these. They were a lot of fun to make. So we will see you guys next week.
It's Gracey.
And Izzy signing off. Look at this wolf.
Wait, he cute. Look at his little chest hair. Love that.